Hello and welcome to Jolly Jungle scenario number 31 in the original RollerCoaster Tycoon Corkscrew Follies pack. The first in the challenging series according to OpenRCT2, and I just loaded it up. But today's goal is to get 1,600 guests in the park at the end of year 4. Park rating is 600, you know the drill. And this is a pretty big park. It is about, I think, 500,000 square feet according to the game. Yeah, 513,920, there you go. But it's a big park. And there's a lot of trees, so the landscaping is definitely not going to be working in our favor for roller coaster placement. That's going to be interesting. But we'll go ahead and get started here. We've got park open now. I think we had one guy come up and get turned around because, well, the park was closed. So before we get too far, let's take a look at our rides available. Okay, these aren't really great. But we're going to have to go ahead and bump up our funding here. Going to focus on roller coasters and thrill rides. Hopefully we can get some more flat rides and go-karts especially. Would be very nice to have for the all these trees around here and stuff. We don't want to just clear cut the land either, because trees are scenery and scenery gives boost to excitement, and that would be a very nice thing to have. Let's go ahead and get started with a information kiosk. You know the drill. Go ahead and sell our $5 umbrellas like we always do. Did I randomize the color on these? I don't think I did. All right, let's take care of that. And then, of course, we don't have a merry-go-round. I almost always start with one. Okay. Well, the haunted house will have to do as a somewhat suitable replacement. We'll go ahead and, I guess, just pop that guy right there. Not going to worry about putting a queue because who in the world is waiting to go into a haunted house? Certainly not anybody that I can think of, but that should hopefully come on, should hopefully allow people to get inside. I don't think that's going to be a problem, but the paths might have to be plopped again. Okay, yeah, that didn't cost any money, but now it actually lines up. All right, so we got a haunted house, we got an information kiosk. I really don't like the car ride. I kind of don't want to build one of those. And then our roller coaster options are really, really limited here. Classic wooden side friction, and then the wooden wild mouse. These are going to be hard to build because one, the landscape, we have the terrain elevation and then the trees and everything. But they're also really not going to be looking forward to having the high supports everywhere. So we might have to custom build stuff. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm not really willing to invest a ton of time into custom building that kind of stuff in this type of video where I'm just playing the whole thing straight through in about an hour. Oh, now the guest sound just turned on. Now that we have 28 guests. Let's give them a little bit more stuff to do. How about a hot dog stand? Hot dog stand and some drinks. I don't know if it's going to allow me to do that because that might be a what's the word I'm looking for? Slope? Yeah, it is. I like that I can, actually zoom in here. But that should, if we rotate the camera, yes, that is connected. So we got drinks, we got hot dogs, we got information kiosks where you can buy your $5 umbrellas, and then I'm going to put a restroom here as well. All right. So, now they have something to actually do, kind of. We don't have any options for thrill rides except this swinging pirate ship, which another one of those rides that I would personally classify as a waste of time, but you know how it goes. I'm just going to hide this thing back here on the same level as everything else we got going on. And probably, I'll probably just have that set up like so. What color queue do we want? Well, we have green. Is green going to look stupid in the jungle? Kind of, but we never use green. We might as well. All right, so now that is taken care of. That is open. They can ride the pirate ship if they feel like it. Looks like we have our first customer there. It's fine. Getting a roller coaster on April 1st, and it is March 22nd. Let's go ahead and try to get some momentum here. I don't think I'm going to have enough cash to build an actual wooden roller coaster, considering we have to, demolish stuff usually to put these things in. But there's a small one. I do not remember. I really need to go in here and rename all these. there's a small one that usually is okay. I mean, this one's kind of fine. I don't know why some of these have the dimensions on them and some don't. Like, none of these wooden coasters seem to have the dimensions listed, but other rides do. Yeah, see, like, the supports have to be so high for this. The cost is just unbelievably high. Like, this is, I guess, like, 69.69. What are the odds of that one? But I guess this would probably work here. I would have questions about the ability of the pathing to make it through all this. So I guess we can keep that one in our back pocket. I guess I could just wait and see what comes up on April 1st. But, wow, they are starved for something to do if they're all waiting to get on the pirate ship. We do have 5 people in the haunted house. I don't think I can change how many people are inside. Oh, 15. Okay, so that's fine. They shouldn't really ever have to wait to get on. And I guess I could put a spiral slide in. I mean, the train is cool, but the train is going to have to go all the way around. That would be really expensive to build. There's also nothing going on at the other side of the park anyway. Splash boats are not expensive to build, but I don't know. Like, I never really thought this was a very good ride, just fundamentally. And I kind of worry about the pathing situation with this. Like, obviously, this is a pre-configured design. It's not going to be, like the best thing anyone's ever made, but like, I feel like it should be serviceable. Like, this is going to cost me $3,370. Classic wooden twister roller coaster. I don't remember that one. But I'm going to go ahead and build this. Ooh, we got default pathways we're going to have to fix here. Well, we don't have to. We have the opportunity to. But, I don't know. I just like it when stuff looks nicer. Sometimes. Let's turn this around. Just get those in. Okay. So that looks like that is all ready to go. I'm going to disable trees here. See if I have a chance of actually connecting things. I'm going to go ahead and have this come down. Is that going to be the same elevator? I'm so used to this being on the other side. Okay, so what that tells me is I can have this go down. That can go there, and that can go there. And I'm going to turn this on. Price of $2 is probably okay for right now. And that'll give us a little bit of extra guest capacity. I want to see what this wooden twister roller coaster is. Okay, so this, I guess, just has articulated trains. Alright, I don't remember it being called that, although we have built one of these before. I do not remember it being called that. Wood Twister 1, Wood Twister 2. Okay, so these are all still kind of pricey, but that's an interesting somewhat compact-looking design. We can keep our eyes peeled for opportunities to use that. Look at all these people lining up for Double Drop. I think each of these cars holds like 24 guests, which is pretty insane. Or maybe it's 22. I can't remember. It's very hard to count the peeps in here. So that's got 28 people on the ride, and I guess they're waiting to... there it goes. Or maybe it's 16. Oh, it's got to be 16 per boat because this one has 3 rows filled up, and I just wasn't counting that. So we got 3 boats that can go at a time. This, I feel like, could end up being a very long queue. I don't have the ability to add boats, obviously. Yeah, 16 passengers per boat. I guess we'll see. So this can hold... Not okay. We've already reached the capacity pretty much of the boats themselves, and the queue is like, I don't know, 60% full. We'll check on the throughput. We'll see what happens. I could probably just raise the price higher than $2, and they'd still want to go on it. It's a really good value. Well, guess what? Not anymore. As soon as I see that other boat depart, then I'm going to raise this. There you go. Let that out. Which reminds me of that, what was that video where it's like these people doing yoga or something, and there's somebody wearing a Grinch costume, And then it's like, let all those thoughts that are trapped in your mind or whatever, and then they just start shrieking. It's like, okay. This is absolutely staged for a video, but whatever. I thought it was funny. What's next? Thrill Ride on April 30th. So that is 2 weeks away. There you go. Okay, how are how's the haunted house doing? 2 people on the ride. Of course, there's nobody in the queue. There is no queue. What are people saying? It was great. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed the haunted house. So now we've had, what is this, boat 1? That's boat 2, so this is boat 1. So we've had, at this point, every boat do at least 1 cycle, and it's been filled up. What's our throughput look like? 816 per hour. Satisfaction is 65. Like, what's your expectation going into this? You're on a boat, you go up, you go down again, and you get off the boat. Like, what kind of expectation is not being met here? Really good value. Really, oh, the park map is a really good value. Well, good for you. Want to go on something more thrilling? Oh, you will. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. We're going to build some more cool stuff. But if there's still buyers at $3 and they're not complaining about the queue, then I guess that's good. The queue is only 4 minutes. It just seems like it would be a whole lot longer. But then you forget just how high the capacity of each individual boat is. All right. I can deal with that. Let's go ahead and speed up a little bit. Remember, this is a 4-year scenario. We may end up just time-lapsing the last year, depending on how quickly we can get to 1600. Yeah, I think that's probably going to be fine. We're going to wait and see what the thrill ride on the 30th is. If it's go-karts, then we're going to be in pretty good shape. If it's not, then, well, we might have to wait a little bit longer. Going to have to get some more cash flow going here. Again, I really desperately need more things to be able to build. I guess we could probably try to build a wooden wild mouse. If I can get one of these to play nice and actually have, you know, the vehicles necessary. Not look completely stupid. See, like, this is an okay design, but the intensity rating is really, really high. Would like to avoid something with that high of an intensity rating. Although the wooden wild mouse, it kind of has the trademark of the high intensity ratings, because, you know, the cars tip over in curves. So this one's intensity rating is only 4.0, but the excitement is also... Oh, come on. The twist is what you unlocked? Come on, man. So these are all just really, really intense. I don't want to do that. This is, for all of its many flaws, a relatively compact coaster. If I were to flip this way... Oh, there we go. We can have this interact with the other stuff here. Is this going to play nice here? No, doesn't seem like it will. Okay, so where are the... Okay, the exits on one side, the entrances on the other. We're going to fix that. I am definitely going to pop those right next to each other. That is, that's going to cause so many problems having the entrance on the other side. Oh! Alright. Son of a biscuit-eating bulldog. Did I play myself again? Let's get rid of the supports. Yeah, you know, I have absolutely played myself. We're going to have to demolish this and move it one more this way. So it cannot be touching the fence. Cannot be touching the fence. Alright. And I think I had it flipped. Yes, okay. So now that goes there. If I move this... Come on, go this way. Come on, play nice with me here. Ah, it's too high for supports. What a pain. What a pain. Alright, actually, you know what? This would fit nicely here. I think we can make that happen. Let's raise this to, say, $4. You know, I actually don't even know how much money the guests come in with. Okay. Alright, Moneybags here came in with $95. Looks like more than one of these have $95. Yeah, in the late 90s, like, that's a lot of money to carry around. But I digress. Let's go ahead and... Man, I can't see anything. Take these supports out of the way. There we go. And I can actually take it that way as well. Alright. That works. Some of these prefabricated rides, I really have to question, you know, what is actually going to be allowable to be constructed. Okay, I do not want to put that there because that's going to create a very annoying intersection to deal with, so we'll move that one over. Take that way. Make sure this is open. And there we go. $4. Come on down and ride the cheese coaster. Wait, what is this called? Oh, it is Cheesy Mice. Okay. It sounds like a, I don't know, something a bad restaurant would serve. Okay. Oh, the Virginia Reel. Good. Good. Another coaster type I don't really care too much for. But let's check back in here. Okay, 1,152 customers per hour. Satisfaction's up to 70%. That's good to see. And printing 33, 45, 60 per hour in terms of cash. So that is pretty good. Queue time up to 9 minutes. Queuing for ages, queuing for ages. All right, well, how about we give you some TVs? You can rot your brains while you sit there waiting to get on the coaster. It's every single queue tile. You get your TVs. There you go. Oh, this seems to be doing well. Probably see this customer per hour number go up a little bit whenever it decides to update. Yeah, okay, yep. Still going, still going. We'll check back on that in a little bit. We already have the Virginia Reel. There's still roller coasters and thrill rides to research, so that is fine. Pirate ship is fine, I guess. Why is the haunted house? Oh, it's a broken. You know what we didn't do? We didn't hire any staff. Oops. Okay, safety cutout in the haunted house. What happened in the haunted house that caused a safety cutout? That's what I want to know. Alright, how's this going? Okay, 624 customers an hour. There we go. That's a profit number I like to see. That's working out tremendously well. Those sounds are very loud. Okay, they're probably not that loud for you. I just have my volume turned way up. So I'll turn my headphones down here. I'll zoom back in. There we go. That's much better. I was wondering, I almost always turn it down when I record so I don't have to just have this blasted into my ears the entire time. The recording volume for the game audio is substantially lower than the microphone audio, so hopefully it sounds a whole lot more balanced to you guys, but it was just incredibly loud in my ears. And we can move on. Another roller coaster on the 27th of June. 12 days away. We still don't know what it's called. 11 days away now. Okay, well, the Virginia Reel, for all of its faults, is probably still a good coaster for us to build here because a lot of its designs tend to yield itself to hillsides very well. Like you can see, this Texas Tubs design is kind of tiered. But it says I don't have the vehicle design, so we can just go to its identical cousin, Virginia Reel 1. And yeah, you can see, like, on the hillside, that is more or less, I'm not going to say perfect, but, you know, it's probably about as good as we're going to be able to get here. I think it, okay, see, that's way too high. I think it's the same, oh, I don't have enough cash, never mind. I was going to pop that in there and just be done with it, but it appears that was not meant to be. Well, if we want to, the loan goes up to $30,000, so I can just go ahead and obtain a few thousand more dollars and see what we're working with. If I put that there, that is okay. That is not the same height. It's very hard to see in isometric view. If we turn on height marks, yeah, that is substantially higher. That's at 30 feet, but I think it's going to be fine. We have the ability to, you know, get everything situated the way we want it to. Just have that come in from the back of something else. Don't need a super long queue for this. I don't think that's going to be an issue. Just bring this. Okay, the land is in the way. Alright, that's going to bring us into the back of the drink stall. If we turn on height marks for paths. Okay, so this is 15 feet here. This is now 15 feet. We come around the back here. There we go. Problem solved. Open. And I'm going to charge $3 for this. See if anyone wants to ride Virginia Reel 1. And you know what? You know what? We're in the jungle. Let's try a jungle looking... Okay, you know what? That actually doesn't look bad. Usually I'm reluctant to change those, but I think that is fine. The canvas tent thing looks okay. But jungle's a little more fun. Cheesy mice, I'm going to leave it like that because, yeah, that color scheme works pretty well for that. And then haunted house, of course. Going to go ahead and get that taken care of. Look at that. Instant visual improvements. Love to see it. What are we doing now? Mine train coaster, huh? Okay, yeah, that is... We're not going to build that. That is a whole lot of mess to deal with in terms of conforming to terrain with a single size of... You know, it actually might have the 2 sizes of curves, but I don't remember that being a terribly easy thing to build properly. How are we feeling about this? Are we still complaining about the queue? Yep, queue of 9 minutes. I don't know that I can actually lengthen the station platform, nor do I think the water rides work. It might be based on track length more than station length, because I'd have to close it to find out. This is, it's actually making a decent amount of money. Seems to be doing pretty well. So I suppose we can just kind of leave that alone and wait for a slightly better roller coaster. We got one coming in 10 days. Maybe it's better. Maybe it's not. Don't know. We also have, you know, we have a ton of space. And we're probably going to need to take advantage of a lot of it if we're going to use the larger coasters. Are these dinosaur bones? Yeah, that's exactly what that is. That's cool. Mini suspended coaster. All right, so I've been betrayed. Let's put that on triple speed. Remember, it is a 4-year scenario, and we are well on pace to get there. 300 guests halfway through, well, maybe 2/3 the way through end of July, according to the game calendar of the first year. I think, you know, once I can get a little bit more cash flow and get some more reliable income, which I guess technically is the same thing, and we can maybe take out a little bit of a loan and put in a nice big coaster in the back of the park. Things are just expensive. Like, this isn't necessarily a terrible coaster. It's just, you know, the support height becomes an issue. Insecticide, yeah, that's what you want in the jungle. Well, if you're respecting the environment, you don't, but whatever. Let's take a look at these articulated wooden coasters again. So this doesn't seem like a terrible design. Intensity rating looks a little... 9.3. Never mind. That one's much higher. 6.1 with an intensity of 7.6. That's better than 5.8. That's 9.6 intensity. That is just completely untenable. Yeah, 6,500 bucks. Oh, this isn't a big coaster at all. All right. Now, I'm going to have to build station for this. You know, actually, putting this over here probably isn't a bad idea. I will leave a tile at the very edge in case I ever decide to want to put a miniature railroad in. And that's going to cost me $7,263. So, bump that loan up. Let's see. I had that here. Yeah, that's going to interface with that coaster nicely. Should get a little bit of an excitement boost to both rides. And that would go there. I can't put that there. I can put it at the very end if I felt so inclined. So what if I instead put the entrance at the end and the exit at the other end? And let's, because wooden coasters have pretty high capacity for guest counts, as far as I can recall. Just have this go all the way through here. Should be pretty simple. Nice and easy. And then here, I can probably... Yeah, there's a lot of vomit that needs to get cleaned up. I could probably go ahead and just bring this out this way. Go ahead and slope it down. Let's turn the height paths back on. Height paths, yes, that's definitely a real word. I guess I probably should come over this way. There we go. Cool. I'm going to pause this real quick so I can actually have the price set. Say $5. Open and unpause. So I don't want them to get all the way up here and then, you know, not ride because it is closed. If they see that it's untested and they don't have a rating, then obviously they're not going to know. But our lucky few early adopters will have the chance of a lifetime to ride a quote-unquote untested coaster. Yeah, Daredevil's right in the front. There you go. I do like those articulated trains. Looks pretty good. So we'll let them take care of that. What's on the menu next? Oh, yeah. We already got go-karts. Already got the go-karts. I'm going to take this off at triple speed because that was absolutely disorienting. Go-karts, my beloved. Oh, and it already selected the jungle theming because that's, I guess, what we were saying we were going to do. And we got the launch freefall. Look at us go. Look at us go. We have so many opportunities now to do some cool stuff. What do I want to do with the go-karts? I think it would be really fun to have the go-karts kind of go in and about a bunch of rides. So, see, I want to have it actually come back in that way. If I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. 6 go-kart stations. Okay. 6 is going to be fine. Let's have this go underneath here. This goes right next to that track, which should be kind of a neat thing. Just have that come back. Ah, Razor Lower Land first. My nemesis. Alright, let's have that come back this way. Alright. Stupid idiots. Oh, no, I can't see because there is a bunch of supports and terrain and so on and so forth. So 35 feet. If I raise it to 40 feet, there we go. There we go. See, now that can just go right through here, but I think based on the height of this, I'm not going to have any problems until I get to over here. We have this track going underneath. So, if I were to... Okay, can't do that. If I were to do that, go underneath here. Razor Lower Land first. Never mind. Never mind, Wood Twister in the way. What about this? There we go. Just come back through here. It doesn't need to be a super long path, but I do think it would be nice. Never mind, Wood Twister in the way. Okay, Wood Twister in the way. Do I want to try and go over this? Because I know that's in the way there. This is in the way here. It might be kind of fun, actually, to have the go... Never mind. Wood Twister one in the way. Somebody left a comment about like something like this being a problem in the water beavers, and I just had to chuckle. Because that is absolutely how that goes. Okay, Wood Twister one in the way. What if I go... Nope, in the way. What if I go here? There we go. Yeah, so a very simple routing, but that's fine. Doesn't have to be complicated. And then this comes out through here. Again, a very simple routing. Doesn't need to be anything too terribly special. That's going to have to come in through that way. Is that 2 blocks away? It looks like it is. So, you know what we need at the bottom of a long hill is a sharp curve. That is definitely what we want to be doing. Oh, I forgot. The curve can actually go on one of those weird shaped pieces. So, station platform there. And then this one. I didn't. No, 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 no. No, no, no. I didn't want to delete the path. Oh, what a pain. What a pain. Of course, construction's not possible. The game's paused. All right, Beverly R. You are now on the path again. Margarita S. What a name. All right. Anybody else? Anybody else fall through the hole here? No? All right. I'm going to put another station platform here, and that's fine. Now I've got to put the... Oh, come on. Got to put the path back in. Got to put the path back in. There we go. Okay. Entrance can be on this far side. That's going to have to be good enough. How many carts is this going to give me? 14. I'm not going to do a 3-lap race for this. This should have a pretty decent excitement rating going around a couple of roller coasters. And I suppose I probably could get away with charging $4 for this. You know, the big spenders here brought $95 to the theme park. So the theme of this park is Give Me Your Money. Just snake this queue around. And then that can just very, very neatly come through here. And now the go-karts can be open for business. I'm going to hire a couple more handymen because these paths are getting disgusting. Alright, back to triple speed. It's time for the $5 umbrellas again. Let's go. Look at that. Almost to the end of October. We're technically halfway through, and we are more than 25% of the way through the guest count goal. So that is very good to see. Do not know if the 2-lap solution is the correct one for what we're doing, but this hopefully is a pretty good excitement bonus for all of this stuff. Alright, so that race is over. Should have some results pretty soon. Nice! 5.06. Alright, I can dig it. That works. We got the roto drop. We had the launched free fall as well. Escape hatch. You already know. You already know. If I'm playing RollerCoaster Tycoon and I didn't build escape hatch, did I actually play RollerCoaster Tycoon? I think the answer is no. So I also think this should be at the correct level here. We're going to find out, I suppose. Get this out that way. I'm going to have this just be a single exit piece. Looks like that is the correct height. Charge a healthy $3. And I'm going to change the station theme to jungle. And also this one as well. I forgot to do that. Alright. So I have space here. One, we have some trees. I could also put some more stalls here. Like, I feel this would be a very good place to put in another information kiosk. Those usually do pretty well in the corners. So if I have this come up here, we can have another restroom. And then, what does this area need? How about some burgers? Very good. Alright, now we're looking pretty good, folks. Looking pretty good. The 3D cinema. Okay, that's got to be the bottom of the barrel for the thrill rides. But I guess we'll see if we get anything else. Roto drop is pretty good. Roller coasters, we haven't unlocked anything because they've all been thrill rides. But look at us go. We are making stuff happen here, folks. You know what we're not making happen is easy trash cleanup, because I didn't put any trash cans anywhere in the entire park. So we'll go ahead and pop in a couple of those just in convenient places. Maybe some benches here. Nope, that's not going to be a compatible spot to place one of those. Always at the outside of rides. Hopefully that works. Oh, do I have a jungle theming? I do. Does it have a trash can? No, but it has a bench. Alright, duly noted. Okay, yeah, we still have some more thrill rides, which is good. Would love to have a couple more of those. So what coaster are we going to get? What date? That say 20th. Okay. How are we looking here? What is the public sentiment on the go-karts? A really good value. Okay. Queue of only 8 minutes. We can live with that. I am really happy with this 5-something excitement rating. That works out well. I believe this raised itself because of the go-kart, so that works. Escape hatch, normally around there, that's probably fine. This definitely went up a tiny bit. Alright, cool. That is always nice to make things play nicely with each other. And, you know, we've only developed this much of the park. We have all this space back here. Steel Wild Mouse. That's not the... Okay, that's that one. And not a lot of great options here, short of, you know, just building it ourselves, which I don't particularly care to do in the time that we actually have to do these. What's the sentiment about double drop? Queuing for ages. Okay, what's the 7-minute queue time? There's definitely worse that you could be doing. I think the next big thing we're going to have to do is put in one of these big coasters back here. Unless we get like a steel coaster or something, then it's going to have to be one of these big wooden coasters. Like, this looks really cool. It's just $32,000. But, you know, 7.6 excitement rating. It's a mile and a half. A little bit longer, actually. That is, that's a hefty roller coaster there. It's like anything that's a little bit smaller. What the heck is that? 9.3. 9.3. Wowee. Okay. Well, it has 2 stations, so that would be a little bit of a pain to manage, but 9.3. I mean, you had my curiosity, but now you have my attention. That is impressive. That is impressive, and it almost feels like it's tailor-made for this part of the park over here. But it's $27,000 plus the cost of putting paths in. But 9.7 excitement. It'll be a little bit higher because of the trees. We could charge some serious cash for this. It also would be incredibly reckless to spend this much money at once. But my curiosity is just boundless for this. All right. Okay, do I have the headroom? Do I have the lone headroom to do this? I have 12.5 right now. I'd have to borrow another 14 just to build the thing. I do not have enough lone headroom. I can go up to 30,000. So I want to build this. I really do. now I'm just so curious to see how that's going to work. So remember, that's 2146. You're not going to be able to remind me before I have to go ask myself what it was again. So just I guess relish that knowledge. $5. Can I raise anything else? Okay, the go-karts can almost certainly go up to 5. So we'll let them start that race. And then I will take that up to 5. $3 for escape hatch I feel like is probably totally fair. $3 for that's probably totally fair. Double drop still has a line out the door, so 4 for you. Should not have any problem getting that. And then this is at $4. It probably shouldn't raise that. So the number we're looking for to build that monstrosity in our cash reserves is at least 17,000. That's going to leave us with nothing and no lone headroom, and we're also going to have to build paths. So probably should hold off until we get up to about 20. But I think we can make a lot of money with that, since the excitement rating is so high. People are going to be, like pushing each other. It's going to be like Black Friday in the 90s over there. People getting fist fights for a Tickle Me Elmo. That wouldn't have been 90s. That would have been later. But nothing says Christmas cheer like abusing your neighbors to get a slightly better price on a really cheap TV. That's what Christmas is all about, kids. Suspended swinging coaster, I don't really care for. But, there is a possibility that we could have a pretty neat design in one of these. I don't know. We'll see. I am bewitched by the crazy-looking roller coaster. It just seems really, really intriguing. None of these rides have taken a single hit in popularity at all. Look at the double drop is just... Man, they are lined up out the you-know-what for that. Oh, but now only 2 people are complaining about the queue length, so that's fine. Oh, they're going to complain now because the thing's broken down. Alright, mechanic is on the case. Okay, good. I don't need to hire another mechanic. That will save me a little bit of money. Alright, what else? What else? Do I want to price gouge the hamburgers? It's probably okay just to leave it like that. How much are we making from ride tickets? Okay. Alright. Just shy of 4,000 a month. That works. What's our research? Lay down roller coaster. We still have coasters and thrill rides to unlock, so I guess that's fine. Oh, this one's kind of cool. Evil Vultures. Flying Coaster 1. Oh, that's the same coaster. Mystic Flight. Flying Coaster 2. Phantom Spirit, and then these... What in the world is that? Okay. Is this the same design? 2487? Yes, it is. All right. But you know what's down here is we almost have 20,000 in cash, which means that we're going to be able to build this stupid coaster in just a moment here. So I'm going to take this out of triple speed, come back over here, crank that loan all the way up. All right, friends. What in the world was that called? I'm going to forget. I've already forgotten. There it is. There it is. 2146. All right. And I had that here, I think. 26,886. That's going to be our best option. Oh, this one is $45 cheaper if we go one more tile over. What if I go two more over? It's $2 cheaper. What if I go more over? Okay, now it's just getting kind of ridiculous how much less money this is. Okay, and that one doesn't want to play nice if I go any more than that. All right, so that's what we'll do. $26,337. Look at this. This is magnificent. These four tracks right next to each other. I know they're not all going to get used at the same time, but that is really, really cool. So now we have to be able to put in the correct cues over here. So if I put an entrance there and I have that there, that's going to be nice and symmetrical. So I think what I will have to do is just pop that on that side like so. And you know we have to do it to them with the jungle. Ooh, look at that. Main color scheme, I think, can get a little bit of an adjustment. Doesn't have to be red. What if we went with a nice forest green, umber, and then, ooh, that's looking pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. What train, different colors? All right, we can do. Why are there only 3 trains for 2 stations like this? Well, at any rate, I think we can leave that as it is. Let's go ahead and, ooh, we could have done bamboo railings instead of the regular wooden ones, because those look, I think, a little bit nicer, grand scheme of things. All right, so if I have that there, then I have that there, and then I have that there. Am I going to be able to go over? No. Am I going to have to go one more? Yes. All right. I think we can make this. I think we can make this work. Don't want to have too long of a queue because that ends up being annoying. Then that wraps around there. All right. That looks pretty nice. It's not going to be symmetrical, so I don't really care where it comes in from. But I guess if we want to be, nope, that's not going to work. I'll just have it come out here. That's probably fine. Nope, can't do that either. All right. Guess I go this way. We'll go down like that. Where is the closest path going to be to connect? Aha. Okay, let's take that out. What's our height looking like? 0 feet. Okay, that is one of the heights of all time. I'm going to take this up, get rid of these fence pieces here. Don't need to have that. If I can actually, you know, see what we're working on here, it'd be great. Let me just hide vegetation again, because I can just have this go straight the way across here. If I can just stop these people from, you know, walking on this path, might be a little easier said than done. All right, turn around, nothing to see here. Get these fence bits out of the way. We have spent an enormous amount of money on a meme roller coaster. I am probably going to come to regret that, but nothing ventured, nothing gained. Let's, how did I, okay, there we go. Why can I not see the, all right, I'm going to have to turn this. There we go. Straight across. All the way across at our 40 here, and that should be a direct connection. There we go. All right, so this needs a cool name that is not U2146. But we're definitely going to open it, and I'm definitely going to try to charge $10 admission for this coaster, because I'm pretty sure that's what the excitement rating is going to be. Now, if somebody actually gets on this when it costs $10, then that's going to be a great sign for our profitability moving forward here. What do I want to call this? I don't know. I don't have any ideas. I'm bad at naming stuff. Let's call it Jungle Coaster because I'm super creative. That's better than U2146. At any rate. Alright. Are they saying it's too expensive? No, they are not. But they're also not getting on it because probably it's raining. Pirate Ship 1 was great. Okay, so you are not to be trusted. Nobody is saying anything. Maybe once it stops raining, they'll want to get on. That guy checked his pockets and it said it was empty. I can't afford. I'm running out of cash. Cheesy Mice was great. Alright, is anyone... Oh, we have a taker. We have a taker at $10. Okay. Okay. we're going to lower the price eventually, but I really wanted to see if somebody would write it at $10. Oh, okay, so this is Station 2. The people that are in line here aren't going to be able to write it until a train comes all the way back through. But the train's not going to leave the first station until somebody gets on from this station. So why is everyone, all four of them, lining up at Station 2, and no one is lining up at Station 1? So I have a... okay, I have a maximum waiting time of 60 seconds. All right. That makes sense. That's fine. How... Okay, riddle me this. There are 3 trains. How am I supposed to synchronize between 2 stations if there are 3 trains? Because you know it's not going to allow that to work. Because you're going to have one that's a pair and then one's just going to be delayed until the 3rd train shows back up. Okay, 1 person in the queue here. Now we have 2. Okay. All right. And it's synchronized and it's not going to play nice. What's happening here? 0 people on ride. If I uncheck synchronize, then it's going to go. And then they can maybe start. There we go. Now it's going to let them start boarding. I guess we just had to run it by itself. I didn't check to see if I could make it have 4 trains. Oh, I could reverse the trains too. So maybe this is a situation where we want to have 4 trains, have 4 cars per train instead of 3 cars, or 3 trains of 5 cars. We're going to see how it goes. I am genuinely surprised by the amount of takers on this one at $10 a pop. But, you know, if they want to pay that much, then I'm not going to stop them. Alright, we'll speed this up. Get this thing moving along here. Okay, so now we're going to have 2 trains leave at the same time. This one has more people in it, so it is definitely going to go a lot quicker. Heartline Twister. Okay, that's not a terribly exciting one. Okay, they're out of roller coasters, which means I'm going to turn on water rides, I guess, probably is fine. Yeah, so these actually aren't going to race that well, if this is how this is set up. Well, that's the way it goes, I guess. Maybe by the end they'll catch up to each other? We'll see. We haven't seen it run with both coasters yet. Alright, well that's not looking good for the red one here. Well, I guess that's fine. So maybe it is going to be okay with 3 coasters. I guess we'll see what happens. Now, are they jumping for joy as they exit? Yes, they are. Very good. Unfortunately, the problem with there being $10 admissions to this is the guests will run out of money, and it's going to become an enormous problem with guest numbers, even if we are going to make a ton of money from each guest. So, I am going to go ahead and lower the price to $8, which is still honestly probably too much money, but I I would rather start attracting more guests and keep them here longer. Let's put this in triple speed again. See how this works. I may just go ahead and close this and put more trains in. But if we seem to have okay throughput with just the 2 going on at once and then the 1 held in reserve, then I guess it's probably okay. Well, regardless, we'll just kind of leave that alone for a little bit. Still looking okay with the lines. Yeah, these people are feral for roller coasters, I guess. Toward the end of year 2. I guess technically we're lagging on guest count because we spent so much time and money messing with this nonsense up here, but yeah, they're lining up for it, so it seems to me that was a wise decision. Alright, now if these can all be full, that would be tremendous. Okay, it looks like they are. Okay, so that is 60 people on the ride. I'm very curious if I should, or what would happen if I wanted to go to 4 trains. It might not want to play nice. It might take me down to 3 cars per train, which I don't think would be an improvement. But this is working. There's no complaints, so I think we can leave it alone. Oh, look at that profit number. Look at that profit number. Okay, it did go down because I lowered the price, but that's healthy. That is very healthy. Guests are complaining about the length of the queues. Well, then don't stand in the queue. Get out of line. Go do stuff. I am going to, for the benefit of our finances, lower the loan so I'm not... Okay, that's really not that much loan interest to be paying, but we want to have that flexibility later on for sure. Log flume got developed. I guess that's a good one to have because it'll absorb a lot of guests. That is absurd. 7.6. It's almost a mile-long log flume. And it's almost $10,000. That is intriguing, though. A very high excitement rating. How big is this monstrosity here? Okay, yeah. The supports are going to become a problem with the log flume almost any time you have any remotely interesting amount of track work occurring. So that's going to be a no-go. I think I made this one before. It was actually kind of decent. If I could get this to, go through the coaster, that would be a lot of fun, but I don't think the landscape's not going to tolerate that. This one's okay. The splash mine is fine. The design will be built with an alternative vehicle. What kind of alternative vehicle type is there for the log flume? It's a log flume. It's a boat in a trough. Okay, so I'm going to relocate the exit to the other side here. But I think if I can just get this to... Okay. That's underneath both tracks. I guess that's probably all that matters. Yeah, let's pop this exit over here. We're going to have to bring in... How many boats? 23 boats! Okay, those are never all going to be filled up at the same time. But... Alright, that's a guest capacity bomb right there. Let's bring this all the way out here. Is that the correct height? Raise or lower land first. Is it the correct height? It's at 15 feet. And not 40? Oh, I hope this is the right one. I guess I'm just going to have to go up here. Okay. That works. Let's roll with that. Splash mine. Anybody in line? No, I need to raise the price. $2 is too cheap. Let's go for 5. Gotta recoup our money for the mega coaster here. Look at all those log boats. Alright. They're going to make pretty quick work of that. I guess, go ahead and get all these handymen going. Get some more mechanics, because I know I'm going to forget about those guys. Put in some trash cans, because you can never have too many trash cans. Somebody broke my trash can. Or did they? No, never mind. Sorry for the false accusations of vandalism. There we go. Alright, so... Oh, nope, I right-clicked when I shouldn't have right-clicked. Is this because they're going to the other coaster? Or because they don't want to pay $5 for this? No, $5 should still be a pretty good price. Okay, yeah, the coaster's filling up immediately, so I guess that wasn't the problem. This is doing tremendously well. Alright, that works. Log flume is log fluming. We're not going to see this line really turn into anything until we have... Why are there so many empty... Yeah, so this doesn't have anything ticked at all, but I guess a lot of these empty boats just went 28. Why are there 28 boats? That seems completely unreasonable. That seems like a completely unreasonable quantity of boats to have for a ride this size, but hey, if they're going to fill up the boats, then all right. Make it happen, I guess. This is going to have a potential to have a really, really, really high guest count. Like over 100. Like 112 or 110 or something. Hovering strong at 40, I guess because they're not really flooding this here. Let's get... Ooh, River Rapids is a good one. Let's put in, because we have the space up here, let's put in some more stuff, another information kiosk. Yeah, I'm not going to charge for the bathrooms again. Drink stall, and then give them something to eat. I guess I'll just put that right across from the bathroom, because that sounds like something a theme park would do. Alright. How are we looking here? 40, 44. Dinghy slide. Alright, what else? So no more water rides, so thrill rides only. And then, remember this is a 4-year scenario. Oh, this is going to be a long video. Well, you already know because you clicked on it, but... You know what's really kind of weird is we're not even halfway. Not even halfway to 1,800, 1,600 guests. So I think we still have a little bit of work to do in that regard, but this seems to be working okay. The boats are just bunching really weird because of the queue not being full when there were empty boats up here, but I think it's probably going to even out a little bit. Maybe, especially if they, get right back in line after they had such a great time. Okay, park rating's going up. Guest count is going up. Mostly. Yeah, okay. Yeah, see, now we're going to have some more empty boats because there's nobody in line to fill everything, but 76 people on the ride. Alright, that's a nice guest incubator. Okay, I'm going to consider that to be a success for right now. Everything else, these people are just... They're rabid for the double drop, man. 7-minute queue time, can't afford... Wait, how do you run out of money? Oh, they probably paid $10 to go on this thing. Well, this is printing money in a way that is very satisfying. Top Spin's a good one. Heartland Twister is Heartland Twister. We're going to need more roller coasters to attract guests, so I probably should... Wow, that's a doozy. $62,000. I don't think we're going to be building that. This one doesn't look bad for $15,475. Ooh, look at this. Look at this. Now that is kind of out of the way path-wise. Can I put this in here? No, so that's not going to play nice. That's going to be way too high. If I reverse it... No, still way too high. That's something we'd have to put somewhere else. Let's see. The Mine Train Coaster might be okay for this, but Suspended Swinging Coaster, if there's one that's got a slightly lower intensity rating. Maybe that doesn't matter, because we have all these other coasters that have crazy high intensity ratings and they don't seem to care. Okay, if I rotate that, that can fit. Ooh, that interacts. That interacts quite nicely, but the station's all the way over here. If I flip it and I put this in, that's a little bit closer, but not necessarily somewhere we want to put something, but I think I can make that work. We'll just have to have... Okay, so I definitely want that to be the exit here, because that's where that's going to meet up. So that'd be 2, that's 4, that's 6, that's 8. That's going to work. That's going to have to work. Let's put in jungle there. Oh, this one doesn't have a jungle. It has log cabin. There's no log cabins in the jungle, but there, there could be. Could be. I'm going to mandatory change the the stuff here that actually looks kind of neat. Kind of neat. The trains, obviously, are going to have bright colors. Let's just charge $4 for this one. Why not? Not everything can be the super crazy expensive whatever nonsense. Let's bring this out just like this. We don't need to have it snake quite so much. What height is that? 40 feet. Good old 40 feet. All right, that is going to come straight the way out here. And I'm going to have this meet that way. There we go. Perfect. That works. Now get on the ride and shut up. Oh, I haven't been using jungle benches. Oops. Well, I think that's going to be fine. So these all kind of interact with each other. That should boost the excitement rating. 8.88. For some reason, I thought it was going to be 9 something. Yeah, okay, something's fishy here. Let's, yeah, the excitement rating got lowered. And the intensity rating and the nausea rating got raised. What's up with that? Well, I mean, 8.88 is still pretty stinking high, and that is a neat-looking design. And it's popular. Oh, we're researching chairlifts now? If we're doing that, it's going to be stuff that makes me money. Shops and stalls and gentle rides. How are we looking here? 60 people on the ride. That is, I guess, doing fine. Finally crossed 800 guests, by the way, toward the end of year 3. But I think if we can continue building roller coasters, that's going to put us in a pretty decent spot. Nobody in the queue. 2 people in the queue. Go-Karts 1 has broken down. What a shame. So no more roller coasters outside of what we have here. That is unfortunate, but it is what it is. Do we want to build a bobsled coaster? What is that? Can I even build this anywhere? No. The terrain is too impassable. See, some of these just have ridiculous designs. Toxic Toboggan. We made that one before. Penguin Toboggan. Penguin Paradise. Mini Bob. This is the exact same roller coaster with a different paint scheme. Okay, Mini Bob. Mini Bob, if that is your real name. Where can I... Ooh, okay. I can stack these things. Now that might be... it might be a little extreme, but it seems like that's roughly the same height. Yeah, I could actually raise this up, and that would actually be great. That would interact with all these different rides and fill space we wouldn't otherwise use. But that the purple paint schemes. Oh, look at that! Purple paint schemes gotta go. Gotta go. So if I put that there, and I put that there, and I change that there to that there, and then I change that there to our official authorized paint scheme. Honestly, it doesn't look bad. It doesn't look bad. All right. Some of these are just going to have to be cheaper just by virtue of, you know, again, not everything has to be expensive. I'll just make the queue not incredibly long. There we go. We'll roll with that. Put in a bench on the outside. How's this one doing? 4 people in the line, but 28 people on the ride. Okay, okay, I can deal with that. These will get more popular over time, especially once we have a whole bunch of other stuff to do over here. Would not hurt to have flat rides like a top spin if we felt so inclined. I don't really have room to put a queue here if I did that. I could probably put this on the forest floor over here, but I kind of don't want to mess with that. So instead, if I put this here, that is actually the correct height. I want to be able to, you know, see these people as they're twirling and hurling, so we're going to put that there. Entrance on this side is going to cause some issues until I actually build the path, so I guess that's fine. Put that on intense mode. Then I will just, you know, do one of those numbers, and then that's just going to have to be that. This can hold 8 passengers. The queue will hold 10. That works fine. $2 is fine. Open. Get on. Change the paint scheme. I think you can guess where that's going. These do kind of all, you know, like blend into stuff over here, but that's pretty nice. I don't think you can change the paint scheme on... Oh, you can. Forest green, umber, and dark brown. Yeah, not really that big of a difference, but hey. That works. I don't know that I want to change all the rest of these, though. But that does look pretty slick. Does look pretty slick. I got no complaints. Alright, so it's the end of year 3. We have another 650 guests to get to. These people are all vomiting absolutely everywhere. Okay, the handyman will get to it eventually, right? Right? Because I don't want to assign patrols over here because it gets weird with the tall things that can get stuck. So I guess I'll just have to hire more handymen. Oh no, they got it cleaned up. They got it cleaned up. Observation tower. Okay, we were really scraping the bottom of the barrel here. I was gonna put a roto drop in. Nice custom design. I bet you can't guess how I'm gonna paint it. See, that would be a good thing to just put here at the correct height. Just have this go all the way around. So I guess I'll put the entrance. I'll put the entrance there. I'll put the exit there. We'll put the jungle there. We'll put the paint colors in the paint color slots. That doesn't look bad. Looks a little maybe like a 70s living room with that that color green carpet or whatever. If I have this go around this way, just like that, then they will get it on that side, and then they will get off on this side, and then maybe they'll want to go on this roller coaster. I don't know. But $2 is probably fine for that. Let them get on that thing. How's our mechanics doing? Alright. That's fine. Okay, so it is year 4. This is a 4-year playthrough here. We are not yet at 1,000 guests. We've spent a lot of money building out this infrastructure here. And I think we're gonna, we're gonna get the guest reward benefits out of it at some point. Oh, we got trash. We got trash everywhere over here. So I guess I'll just have to put in a couple more trash cans because it doesn't seem like we have enough. Got some there, got some there. That works. I'm tempted to just kind of let this run and see what our guest count gets up to, but I know if we don't get these numbers up, this is going to be such a cool screenshot for the thumbnail on this. I hope that's what I end up actually doing. If we don't get our numbers up and I lose this, I'm never going to hear the end of it. So, oh, a maze. Okay. Okay, so that's where we're at, is we're researching the maze. All right, observation tower, I don't think we really need that. I do not want to build a 3D cinema. River Rapids could be a decent thing to put in. Vehicle design unavailable. Yeah, sure, okay. The main problem with the River Rapids, like we discussed before, is they don't play nice with terrain because of the lift supports. That is just too much, so maybe we don't do that. Is there a small coaster I can put over here? Well, the answer is always yes, but what about one of these Steel Wild Mouse coasters? Flying Dutchman Gold Mine. Oh, you know what? That might actually be a viable thing for us to do here, except I'm going to have to rotate 180 degrees. It seems this or this will work, or this. I'm going to put that there. Rotate this. Put this in jungle mode. Flying Dutchman, famous jungle, the Flying Dutchman jungle. Oh, I hate this being on the right side. Stop it. Stop it. I'm going to swap these. So that actually would be Good way to soak up some guest count here. Let's get that right there. There's a tree right there, so that'll work. You already know what color scheme we're painting this thing. That actually doesn't look quite as good. If I make the supports green and swap that around instead. Okay, well, no, because the supports being that umber and dark brown color is actually more like trees. But it does kind of blend in and make it look weird, so I will I'll permit a variance in this specific circumstance here. Yeah, Flying Dutchman Goldmine, yeah, I'm not going to change the name. But we now have a lot of capacity for guests over here, and I think that's going to work to our advantage. If they ever actually show up. But what I can go ahead and do is I can pay the loan all the way down so we don't have to worry about that. I'm going to put this on triple speed, and I think the part value is looking interesting. Yeah, the weekly profit. I wonder what I did that week. Yeah, I built a giant, stupid roller coaster. And cash less loan continues going up, generally speaking. Was it actually 1,600? Yes, okay. But the park rating is, pegged at 999. We got the guest count steadily increasing. I think it is time to start advertising, as much as I generally, don't do that. Let's just do advertising campaign for the park. I do not have $4,200 yet, but as soon as I do, I will just set that off. And then, of course, it has to take a giant chunk of cash out of what I'm doing. Come on, show me the money. Show me 42. There we go. And if there is a ride that I do not feel is getting enough traction, I guess we could advertise for that. But, I mean, it's proving pretty popular. Everything has been pretty full. Minimal complaints, although there definitely have been some. Balloon stall. Okay. Yeah, let's get some jungle balloons. Randomize those colors there. Put a couple of these guys in. Ooh, we got octopus. We can sell octopus. That's what I want to eat when I'm in a jungle theme park, is octopus. That sounds completely on theme. Or, I'm sorry, seafood. Seafood stall 1. Not octopus, it just has a... is it actually an octopus? Does it have 8? Okay, it would. It would if that wraps all the way around. Because, sometimes they try to draw these octopus characters with less than 8 legs. Tentacles, whatever you want to call it. There wouldn't be legs. And then you're just like, oh, well, that doesn't make any sense. Like Squidward and SpongeBob does not have 8. It's got 6. It's like, man, what an immersion-ruining moment for me in my cartoon about living, breathing, talking, humanoid-ish underwater sea creatures and a squirrel that lives in a pressure dome. Just completely takes you out of it. Massive sarcasm, by the way. I feel like I have to build at least one more of these coasters here. Well, the guest count is increasing up to 1132. I do not want to build a maze. I guess the laydown roller coaster might be the one we have to build. That is a lot of vomit over there. They'll get that cleaned up, hopefully. The go-kart's still looking good. I guess these people like the go-karts. Honestly, if I went to a theme park and they had a go-kart track that, went in and out of roller coasters like this, I would think that would be pretty awesome. So, I imagine they like that as well. Haunted house is haunted housing. No surprises there. I kind of want to close this and try to put another station platform in to see if I can get more boats. Do you think that would cause chaos? Oh, I can just raise the number of boats? Oh, sweet. Alright, 8 boats it is. Come and get your boats. Except now, they're not... No one's going to want to ride it because now the ride rating has changed. Oh, well. Oh, that one boat's having a party right there. Just... Oh, no, it's not doing it anymore. So that should improve throughput, maybe attract a few more guests. Still very slowly climbing. Got 1144. I think I might need to put in a couple more coasters for this to actually be a viable thing. These are all reasonably popular. Seems like it's going well. I have all this extra space I haven't used, but this is a pretty densely packed nexus of roller coasters. I guess I'm going to have to put something in right here. Can I find a laydown roller coaster that will actually allow it to be built over here? I'm not building the $62,000 one. One stupid crazy coaster per game. See, I run into so many problems with the terrain on these. I don't think it's going to be possible to actually... Oh, I guess I could just do this. As long as I can build a station for all of this. I don't know exactly what this is going to be looking like here. Okay, so this doesn't have station stuff. Anyway, okay. Alright, flip it. I can only assume somewhere in here I can do more than one if I am trying hard enough. 16,909, 16,674. I guess this is what I'm going to go with. Remember, we have no loan. This is all cash. Alright, what's the height on this? 65 versus 40. Okay, well that's not great, but not terrible. So I guess this is what I'm working with. I can't put anything on that side unless I go all the way over there. I could go back here, but I feel like that would be... Actually, you know, it might be kind of cool to have the path go through this coaster here, but I don't know. I don't know if that's going to play nice. Let's just check real quick before I get married to this idea. Okay, coaster in the way. But this would work. Obviously can't do that. Can I? Yes, I can. I give this a little bit of a jog here. Go there, and then that goes... Okay, that's offset the wrong way. Let's go one over here. Do one there. And then just bring this all the way across. Alright. Hit pause. Raise the price on this, I guess. $4 is probably fine. Open it up. Unpause. You already know what we're doing here. Change those paint schemes. Blends right in with the trees. Nice and thematic. And then jungle time. Right, is there any other things that I did not change over? I think, well, besides this, we decided that was fine. Alright. So now I have, let's count types of coasters I got. Did not build one of those, but nobody cares. Built that, 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 built that. We built a ton of coasters, so I'm hopeful that this will solve our guest problems. If not, we're going to be in some deep stuff here. We're only of just shy of 1,200 guests, and we have a couple months left. Uh-oh, the big boy broke down. I think it's time to hire some more mechanics. And some more handymen. Alright, there you go. Doubled our staff count. Yeah, we're gonna be hurting. We're gonna be hurting here for guest count. So let's okay, what the heck is this called? U401. There you go. Come on down to the Childhood Casino and Rat Emporium. Who names their kid Charles Entertainment Cheese? That's my question. Advertising campaign for the park. Guess we can run that one again as soon as we get back up to 4,200. Hopefully that is sooner rather than later. Because 12 weeks should put us... Oh, I don't need 12 weeks. We don't have 12 weeks left. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We don't have 12 weeks left. We have like 10 weeks left. All right. Okay. I really hope I didn't do a stupid thing here. I think our key to success here might have to be lowering the price of the rides just a touch. Just a touch. Because I think what's happening is guests are running out of money and they have to leave. We talked a little bit about this before. But, just, maybe I should have done this sooner, but that'll be fine there. $5 for the go-karts is probably honestly still fair, but if we want to keep the guests here longer, then we are going to have to lower our prices otherwise. $2. This, amazingly, has not completely filled up. Why? Okay, there we go. $4. I'll let them pay that, and then I will lower the price here. It's still filling that up, really? Alright. There we go. That's $3. What's this set to? $4. Alright. And pause that. I'm going to lower this to $2. Remember, we don't have a loan, and we're printing money. So, like, before I built more roller coasters, we were pulling in $7,300 a month. I think that is probably fine. So, coupled with the advertising and lowering the price of all the rides, any new guests we get should not leave before the scenario is over. And hopefully some of the ones that we still have aren't going to head out. So, oh, this one only spent $3.60. You kidding me? Okay, what about this random person here? $8.10. What about someone in line for this coaster? Ooh, they spent $80. But they went on 22 rides, you know. That's a successful outing. Now the question is, can I get another 378 guests in 2 months? I don't know, man. I don't know. I might have made mistakes. Okay, so there's like nobody in line for this. Nobody in line for this. I lowered the price to $3. And again, we're making money. I can justify lowering the price on a lot of this. 66 people on the ride. Good. I want them to repeat. This does not need to be a $4 ride. So I will lower this to $2. You get the value. This one can still be... Alright, it'll be $4. I want them to repeat ride and stay in place. 2 people in the queue, 11 people in the ride. Okay, that is... that's not going to work. We got to lower that price. $2 it is. I honestly probably could make the rides completely... That's what I should do, just make the rides free for the rest of the game. Because the expenses I got, staff wages, research, we can absolutely stop paying for that. There's no reason to be paying for research anymore. We're not going to need it. And then you just have shop stock. That shop sales covers that. And staff wages. Honestly, staff wages and ride running costs are almost covered by shop sales and food and drink sales. So I think this could be a bold strategy. Could be. I'm going to... I didn't pause the game. I don't want uneven dollar amounts. I'm gonna make all of these coasters really cheap. $1. It's like you're playing The Price is Right and you want to be mean to whoever you're playing with. $1. Who's hosting that now? I don't know. I've watched so many different variants of The Price is Right with all these different guys. I want to say is it Drew Carey? Probably wrong. Oh, you can click on that and enter a value? Oh, okay. Well, that's nice to know at the end of the game. Virginia Reel should never be that expensive. $1. Go-karts, go-karts can stay at $3. Escape hatch at $2. Guess what? $1. Did I already do this one? Yes. Okay. I could have just, clicked on this. Splash Mine is $5 still. I don't think so, Bucko. It's $1. We're gonna lose a lot of money in ticket revenue, but this should compel people to stay. Yeah, because they're just wanting to get out the end. I could always just do the tried and true cheese method of putting the no entrance sign next to the exit so nobody can actually leave, but that's not in the spirit of the game. And I suppose that's just about everything that we can reasonably do. Hopefully... Oh, that's a lot of barf. Hopefully that works. Let's speed this up a little bit. See if we can get that guest count ticking higher and higher. I mean, we're at like 1250. It's looking okay. So long as we can get people in and keep them in. Yeah, it's not going as high as I want it to. And I have some cash. I can't give free entry to a park that's free. Or half. I can do free rides on. Okay, which one is this? 401. Nobody's really riding on that. Okay, let's do 9 weeks. Free food or drink, tentacles. Everybody gets free tentacles. Don't look into that at all. And there we go. Put this on a 3 times speed. Come on, get those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers. If I lose this, I'm going to be actually upset with myself. Okay, 1260, 1260. Do not leave. Do not leave. Bring all of your friends. Get in here immediately. Like, I don't think it could be an issue of soft guest cap because of not having a lot of rides, because we have many rides. Many rides. We're up to 13? Okay, there's 13. I just need another 300. Just need another 300 in 6 weeks. 5.5 weeks. Oh, man. What am I gonna do with this? I might actually have to build another roller coaster. I don't really have the cash. I mean, I can get the loan back out if I really had to, but 13. I'm not gonna get 275 guests in a month unless I have something else for them to do. Side friction coaster, I do not think anyone is going to care about. But that is kind of a cheap thing. I know the supports on those don't want to go too high. I think we'd be better served with a traditional wooden coaster. Those seem to have pretty good popularity. That looks insane. Also very expensive. This is like the little dinky coaster. But could be reasonably popular. Kind of high intensity rating. But this one was at like 10 and people didn't care about that, so. Okay, that's gonna fit here, maybe? Where the heck do I put the entrance and the exit to this? I don't know, actually. That might be a little annoying to deal with, so let's pick a different design. Mischief is a fine design. Can I raise? I can. $21,000! Okay, never mind. We can't build that. 1,350. I mean, it's not the end of September yet. We might be okay. Might be okay. No loan. I've got all of my things that are actually going to make a difference. Unless I raise the park entry price and then give out vouchers for free and half price entry. Do you think that would work? If I make it, say, $5, and then I come back here, and I do for 5 weeks, and then I do for 5 weeks. So we're running all of our marketing at once. And we raised the entrance fee to $5, and then we gave out coupons for free. I guess that's fine. It's the same kind of stuff all those big box stores do for like clothing sales on Black Friday. We already talked about Black Friday. He's like, whoa, wow, what a deal. I get insert name of retailer here, cash. Wow, what a great net. They're vertically integrated. They own the factories that make that stuff, and they just raise the price so they can lower it. Like, stop it. Don't be manipulated. Anyway, closing in on 1,400 guests at the beginning of October. Can we get another 200 guests in 4 weeks? Oh, I don't know, man. I don't know. I may be motivated, depending on how close we are, to cheese it very slightly at the end with the no entrance sign. But I feel like if I did that, you guys would never forgive me. I mean, stuff seems to be doing okay. If I had more flat rides that guests could go on in the rain, it would probably be a little bit better. I feel like the park rating is probably suffering. No, it's at 999. Never mind. I was going to say looks really, really crowded and probably not like a whole lot of fun. Oh, do I build a 3D cinema? Do I just sacrifice my pride and just build this stupid thing? I mean, oh, I hate this so much. I hate this thing so much. But where could I even put something over here? Right next to the entrance, I guess, maybe. I guess that's... Oh, it's free. Yeah, it better be free. No IMAX here. Put this there. There. There you go. Go get in your 3D cinema. Go see your, whatever. 1450. We're 1450. We're 100 away. 150 away. But we only have another 20-something days. Gonna have to count my days if I don't beat this scenario here. Like, how are we doing here? Like, I feel like the guest count has... Okay, it has had an appreciable increase here. It's still not quite enough. I spent too much time and money on this nonsense here. But, I mean, I guess it's possible. I guess, maybe. Like, these are all... they're going to last through the end of the scenario. It just keeps raining so much. It's like they don't really have enough to do when everything is wet. Oh, the circus. I forgot. Nobody cares about the circus. Guests never want to ride that. You can't really ride the circus. Unless it's one of those, animal riding, petting zoo things. But then it wouldn't be a circus, so it doesn't matter. Alright, there's 1,500 guests. I got 3 weeks. Well, 2.5 weeks. I think they can do it. I think they can do it. I probably need to stop, doom posting on main, as the kids would say. But I guess we can just not do anything except wait, hold out now. The 17th, we're almost to 1550. I think we're going to be okay. But it's a nail-biting scenario for sure. October 20th. Got 10 days to get another 26, 25, 24, 23, 21, 20 guests. Okay, we're going to be good. We're going to be good. We got all these people coming in here to pay their $5 or their $0 or their $2.50. I haven't seen anyone use the half-price coupon yet. Yeah, these are all just $5. All just $5. Alright, well, we hit 1,600, so I'm going to consider that to be a victory, and we're going to go ahead and do our end-of-episode stuff. I appreciate you guys watching these videos so much. I know this is a really long one. I think it's the longest RollerCoaster Tycoon one we've done. But, it's a 4-year scenario. It's a little bit more of a challenging one, but I think we had a really good time building all these very specifically painted coasters in this half of the park. And everything else as well. So you guys make it possible to keep doing these things, especially the beard boosters, directly subsidizing me, just subsidizing the channel. So I can, quote-unquote, justify from a business perspective putting out videos on a 25, 26-year-old game. These don't get the views that the Beaver game videos do, but because of that support, we're still able to dedicate 1 day a week to putting these out. And I think that's really fun. It's really important to me to be able to play the stuff that I want to play and not have to worry about other stuff. So, again, you folks make it possible, and I am very, very thankful for all of the fantastic support. That being said, we are just about at the end of October Year 4. We have almost 1,700 guests, so it looks like things have gone incredibly smoothly, and now we just have to kind of wait for the end of this rain shower. We'll see all those balloons get released, and everything will be A-okay. Pretty exciting stuff. I was a little worried there at the end. Just a little bit. Just a touch. But looks like we are good to go, folks. There we go. We completed the objective with a company value of $361,751. Let's put our name in, not TY. There we go. Can't type. All right. That's all she wrote, folks. Whatever it is you're doing with the rest of your day, stay safe, have fun, and we will see you later. Take care. Bye-bye.